is that? Okay. Here we go. Okay, where are we going?
All right.
All right, yeah. Welcome back if anybody's actually out there watching this live. Yeah, it's been a long time. We haven't been on since the federal election, which was like ages ago. And yeah, so it was nice to take some time off and just decompress for a while. But yeah, I think we're back, and I gotta. Where is Shane's source? Let's get this set up again. So I've had something brewing, and something deep in my belly that was building up and building up and building up and wanting to get out. And I needed to get this out really bad. This rant has been coming for a long time. Yeah, woke infestation in our entertainment and turning film and television into propaganda machines for identity politics and other garbage. That is so preachy. It is. I think we're finally seeing a watershed with people like Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes. Oh man, I've been wanting to tell. Whenever a person, a celebrity gets on their high horse and starts talking about their pet issue, I just want to smack them topside the head just to get them to shut up. Because even if I agree, it doesn't matter if I agree or disagree. These people are what? No, nothing in terms of there's no expertise, knowledge, whatever. And it just boggles my mind that people actually listen to. It's just really bad. But I mean, it was funny at the Golden Globes after Gervais told them to just thank your God and get the fuck out. Somebody actually went in up there and started spouting their how grateful they were for the ability to have access to abortion, and I'm just like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Again, I agree. Just shut up, though. It's an awards show. The only reason we watch awards show are for the hosts.
Mm-hmm.
And the Oscars aren't going to have a host. Why the hell would I watch the Oscars? Like, no, thank you. Come on. I didn't actually watch the Golden Globes either, but I did, go on YouTube and get the Reader's Digest version of Ricky Gervais. It's all Ricky Gervais. That's it. And I'm like, awesome, Ricky. Yeah. So that's. Yeah, this is going to be. When you see this all in one place, you kind of get the picture on this. Oh, darn it! I gotta set something here. There's a couple of things in my Stream Deck that are screwy, so I'm going to let's go into the production. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to open up the browser. Well, first I'm not going to open the browser. I am going to put up Patient Zero, and Patient Zero was this abomination. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2016. This is where it all begins, where this bizarre fad, I don't know what to call it, where take an existing franchise, replace all the men with women, and then, hey, look, this is something fresh and new.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's not feminist either, by the way, because you're riding the coattails of those that came before who were men. It's not feminism to me. Like, and it's all about riding the coattails of a previous success and hoping some of it rubs off.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is not a good thing to do. It's totally lacking in imagination. You want to create something with an all-female lead cast, fine. But don't do this. Don't, don't say something silly like this. Okay, here we go. Where's the browser? Window capture. There we go. Yeah, this is the... Move me over. There we go. Ghostbusters with women is 100% less sexist than the original.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. I don't think that word means what you think it means, Noah Berlatsky. Yeah. This movie was an abomination. I mean, it was disrespectful to those that came before, which is how you anger fans of the original. You're just giving them the middle finger and saying, we can do this better. Women are better. No, this was not better. Okay. I didn't see this. All right. I will, but I will show you what my wife had to say about this. Oh, yeah. A kindergarten class pretending to be Ghostbusters could do a better job. Yeah. I totally agree. This, I heard some of the jokes in it, and they're not funny. This is kind of the kind of thing that makes slapstick look like Shakespeare, right? Christine's just joined us. Yep, finally. Has she?
She's here.
Oh, she seems to be here in spirit, if not. Oh, anyway, continue. So yeah, and there's actually a longer version of what she had to say, and but yeah, pretty much she didn't pay any money to see this. It was on a flight.
Oh, okay.
I was not interested in this movie at all.
No.
Back to window capture. So, where else are we going here? Oh yeah, there was a lot of accusations around, harassment and racism, etc. And I don't like harassing at all. I don't like racist insults. But that's greatly... I don't have any sympathy when you poke the bear. When you call people who aren't going to go see your film. You're so feel so entitled to our money and our time and our we have to love this because, well, it's all women, right? Like that. If you don't, you're a misogynist, you're a racist, you're an ifst and a phobe. How did that work out for you? how it's like, what is this? When did this become a thing? When did this expectation that, no, you must like our movie or you are all these bad things, when did that become a thing? How did it become a thing? I mean, it seems like a bad marketing to me, it's not making me go see the movie. As much as I dislike harassment online, I'm not feeling too sympathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, where are we going? Paul Feig. Yeah, let's go on to... Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. This whole thing, I'll put that up. I didn't want to show that right away. I wanted to... Oh, yeah, I can put it up. That's okay. So this whole thing continues, and this is I'm not making this up. Remember Fight Club?
Mm-hmm.
Club,
I love that movie.
Awesome movie. I loved Fight Club. There we go. Well, they've done this to it.
Oh, no.
Coming to a theater near you for a 2-showing run, I predict. All-female Fight Club movie announced, called, I kid you not, Chick Fight.
No. This is not going to work.
You think? Why do people think this is a good idea? Why do people think this is a good idea? I don't understand. I just do not get this. It's... Seriously, this is... You can't come up with your own IP. It's not going to get you an Oscar. I mean, we're going to talk about that later, but this is part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Fight Club was different, right?
Yeah.
And it deserved attention. It was well done. It had an excellent story. It was actually interesting. I'm totally uninterested in Chick Fight unless there's mud and Jello involved. But yeah, probably not even then. Thinking back to Stripes, I'm surprised they haven't done Stripes like this. And I don't want to give anybody any ideas. Please don't do Stripes with an all-female cast. Please don't do that. What else? It continues. Oh, you know what? I wanted to... Yeah, here's more. How misogyny impacted Ghostbusters opening weekend and its future. Yeah. Here we go again. The media is catering to this shaming of people for not going to see this crap.
Right.
Yeah. And what else we got here? There's oh yeah. All right. I got to show this because no, this would not be complete without looking at, here we go, Terminator Dark Fate. This was the watershed moment. This was the turnaround. This was the moment that a correction started. And it's continuing because it's getting, it's going to be bad before it gets better. But here we go. Terminator Dark Fate. I mean, I love this. There's, let's go here with, I have been removed from the call. How'd that happen? Apparently let's get back. What did you do? What did you do? You punted me.
Whoops. Sorry. There we go.
I offended Shane. Oh no. Oh no.
No. I was trying to. Christine was calling, and yeah. Sorry about that.
All right. No problem. I'll bring her in. I'll see. Okay. So that's not Terminator, obviously. Let's go back. No, that's right. I want to show you some. Okay. No, before we do that, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. Where is Terminator? Here. I love this.
Have you seen this, or is it out yet?
Oh God, you think I'm gonna go see this? Come on. No. And all right, Terminator. I love this. Terminator Dark Fate is the franchise's most feminist film because that is what's passing for marketing. So what's wrong with the story? What's wrong with the characters that you have to market it as a feminist film? I mean, shouldn't the story stand on its own, and people should go because it's actually entertaining? I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just dumb. Here we go. Terminator Dark.
Hi.
This is Rolling
Oh,
Stone.
hello.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Terminator
we go.
Dark Fate review. Sarah Connor saves the world and the franchise.
Yeah.
Boy, did that headline didn't age very well, did it? As Terminator Dark Fate bombs at box office. Yeah, it really tanked. It was one of the most spectacular failures of all time. I love this. Earned only $29 million in the U.S.
Yeah.
and it cost $185 million to produce. Wow.
That whole franchise has just been beaten to death already. Like, you can't squeeze anything outside of that.
And
It's done.
Pulling Sarah Connor and the original Terminator out of mothball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good idea. It was just really bad. And I want to show you one of the reasons why this movie failed. Where is my? It should be there. It is. Okay, let's watch this.
The Matrix is a computer-generated.
Whoops. Oh, we got no sound coming out of it. Great. How about we start that over again? Let's start that over again because I'm going to put it up and... Oh, I can't really shoot. How am I going to do this? Because I really... Oh, man, I worked on this a lot.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream.
Let me see something here.
Well, even Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes said something about how Hollywood's gotten so lazy with just redoing movies.
Yeah, and yeah, just doing it like this is just dumb. Let me see if I can get the audio out. Let's go to settings here. Because I really want to play this. This is fun. Let's see. Let's go to... Put it into... Let's try this, see if this works. And hopefully it will. Yeah, I called this the Cuckinator. Because, yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. Oh, there's a lot of stuff up here that I'm showing. Here we go.
The Matrix is a
Oh, still no audio. God damn it.
I can hear it.
Can you hear it?
I can too. Yep.
Okay, that's fine then.
It's not as loud as us, but
It's not going out on the stream though. So I gotta... Let's, Come on. Let me... Oh man, I hate it. I wish I'd have played this. I had it playing earlier. And it was working just fine. Oh, this silly thing. Settings. Audio. Let's try going to... Let's see if this works.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream.
No, it's not. Okay, let's try another setting. Come on. Okay, let's try that one.
The Matrix.
Oh man. How come I can't get this? I had it working earlier. I want to get this working.
Matrix is a computer.
Nope. Shoot. Let's try A input. Will that work?
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream.
That's not working.
Mm.
Come on. Audio. Bio. Nope. Let's try it again.
The Matrix is a
Okay, let's do it. Kill the input. Oh, you know. Shoot. Right. Let's try. Okay, we got one speakers. Yeah, let's try this. Settings, audio. This should work. Okay.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream.
Like I hear it somewhere,
Built to keep us controlled,
and it's not.
to change.
Oh man. But anyway, that's what they turned the Terminator into, is a cuck.
It's impossible. I didn't say it was.
So
Just
Oh, you can. Could you? Yeah, you could see that. Okay. I can kind of hear it there, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, the thing is, they kill off John Connor in the first 5 minutes. Now, that's a big middle finger to the first two films,
Yeah.
the 80s, because now the whole reason for fighting is gone, because the savior of humanity is now dead. Anybody take a hazard guess as to why they would do this?
To be more woke.
Whoops. Yeah, but in what way? Obviously, obviously, since the theme of this is woke, ruined films and television, but there is a reason. If you follow the story, there's a new savior, and it's female, because you can't have the savior of humanity being male, right? And worse than that, the Terminator, after having killed John Connor, he's living with this woman. He's basically changing diapers and listening to his partner, and I'm just like, what did you do to him?
Right.
What did you do to him? My God, that is just terrible. They can't have all that toxic masculinity, apparently, right? It's got to be tamed down. And you thought that people would go to see this. Like, are you nuts?
Okay, sorry. I kind of called up things to interact with guests. So, what were you talking about? Which movie?
We're talking about the Cuckinator.
Okay.
Literally, they literally
I
turned
know.
him into a cuckold.
I might know one or two of the movies you mentioned here, but not so much. So
You don't need to know them in and out. It's just bad.
I really admire what Ricky Gervais did. I think that was a really good.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was listening, but tech
Anyway.
problems.
Good news
And
is
every website said that he did a terrible job,
Yeah,
and
of course
that
they did.
yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about that too, and how out of touch the mainstream media and critics, I'll put those in quotation marks because idiots is what they really are, how out of touch they are with what regular people want to see.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, this movie is another bomb. What was it? It's where is it? Here we go. Charlie's Angels. A total box office bomb. It did $8 million in the first weekend, which is abysmal. And okay, apparently, I don't know who's telling her these things, but she was told that women can't direct men in films.
Oh, I'm sure she was.
Yeah, I totally believe this.
Oh my god.
I'm calling bullshit. Who? Name some names. I mean, me too then.
Maybe back in the 40s or 50s, but not nowadays.
Yeah, no kidding. It's just...
And, people would have said that, but that wouldn't have necessarily been the case. I bet if you look up movies from that era, there probably were women involved in
yeah.
Women
were told they couldn't go to university.
Hopefully, anyway. Yeah.
Women couldn't become doctors.
Mm-hmm.
I think times has changed a little bit,
Just a bit. Yeah.
Now, she told Elizabeth Banks, who's the director, said, "I don't think you've ever heard anyone say to a man, you can't direct that story because it's about a woman." I'm willing to bet that.
I think people have been saying that about books. Like, you can't write about this experience because you're not X, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which isn't, that's a really unfair, I think. You should read the piece on its own merits and, not judge the author by their innate characteristics.
Cover?
You know what I mean? Yeah. What's that? Yeah, precisely.
Cover?
Yeah.
And yet I have been told I'm not going to tell you who said it because, come on. Seriously, this is the Me Too era. Go ahead. Go for it.
What do you mean?
Name him.
Oh, yeah.
That I couldn't direct men because they wouldn't follow me as a director. What?
Yeah.
You're the freaking director. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Then exert your authority as the director. You're the fucking director, Yeah. Like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Maybe act like a director. Maybe that's your problem. Anyway, yeah. What do we got? Oh, yeah. I love this. My film is loaded with sneaky feminist ideas. I'd like to say something to you there, Elizabeth. It's not very sneaky if you it's not sneaky if you tell everybody.
Yeah.
And of course, more of this woke marketing sure made me want to go see it. Said no one at all. Yeah, but it gets even worse with Elizabeth Banks. This is just... Here we go. Charlie's Angels reboot bombs at the box office. Elizabeth Banks blames sexism. Fans blame bad movie. Yeah.
This is such a trope nowadays.
Yeah.
You just hear it all the time.
How did this get to be a thing?
Yeah.
How did these people think that this is a good marketing strategy, that it's going to make us...
Because they're stuck in the 50s or something.
I don't know what they're stuck in, but I think it's
yeah. I'm not exactly young, but I mean, my goodness, there's been female heroes.
Sure. Listen to this.
Through my entire life.
You've had 37 Spider-Man movies, and you're not complaining. That's because Spider-Man is interesting. I think women are allowed to have one or two action franchises every 17 years. One or two. Really.
I mean, I don't pay attention to that, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, she continues on. She says, if this movie doesn't make money, it reinforces a stereotype in Hollywood that men don't go see women do action movies. Is that a threat?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of what Quentin Tarantino. What was
Yeah,
that
well,
movie?
yeah, exactly.
Kill Bill, whatever.
Tomb Raider.
I've got a whole
Yeah,
list here.
yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
Obviously, Alien is a classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Alien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's Black Widow, Wonder Woman, Sarah Connor,
Yeah.
Lara Croft, the bride, Princess Leia, and Trinity from The Matrix, and in the Incredibles. And they didn't need to, have all the men around them be evil or dumb like they did in Ghostbusters 2016 to prop up their characters.
Oh.
It's just plain awful. Why Charlie's Angels 2019 bombed so badly at the box office? It's pretty simple. Nobody wanted to see a Charlie's Angels movie. Yeah, he writes, this author is pretty good. Charlie's Angels didn't fail because audiences weren't interested in a female-led action film. It failed because audiences weren't interested in Charlie's Angels. Wow, that is freaking refreshing. I mean, there's actually people out there who write that get it. They understand it. We're just not interested in Charlie's Angels. I don't know why Charlie's Angels was a bad TV show. It's terrible. But let's face it, these women that were cast don't scream Charlie's Angels to me. I mean, you look at Farrah Fawcett Majors. I'm trying to think of the other two that were in the original TV show.
Kate Jacqueline?
Yeah, Kate Jacqueline was one. And can't remember the other one. But though, this is what passes for Charlie's Angels now. I'm not impressed. There's a funny picture of them where they're in a fighting pose, and it's so bad. See if it's on. Nope, this is. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll see if I can find that one. Where is that picture? They're in a fighting pose. It is so funny. There we go. Here's the picture. Girl power. Stewart stars opposite. I can't pronounce the name. Is that Ella? Ella Balinska and Naomi Scott in the new Charlie's. Yeah. I'm sorry if I blow on you, you'll probably fall over. Like, there's no. Yeah, they look so tough. Go back a little bit here. Let's see. Why it bombed at the box office? This is that one. Yeah. Actually, nobody really wanted this movie. Nobody asked for it. Nobody did. Don't they do any marketing research before they get actual funding?
Well, I wonder if their market is self-selected or, do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Who's this movie for? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Elizabeth Banks says Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman were hits because they belong to male genre. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose you could make the case that that's true, or
Yeah,
but
she's
like,
saying that men won't go see women-led action films. Well, what is Wonder Woman but a woman-led action film? I mean, it's no true
people
Scotsman.
will see good films. People will see good films.
Oh yeah, that's your
So it boils down to
internalized misogyny talking, honey.
Okay. Whatever gender you identify with,
Yeah.
you go to see a movie because it's good. Usually,
No. You must go to see movies because they have the correct message.
So I did see The Joker. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't like that. Nope.
I know.
You cannot like that movie. This is so. It's just so silly. Oh, I haven't. I'm sorry. I haven't brought up the. Here we go. You probably didn't see the fighting pose thing. Where's that stupid fighting pose? Because I didn't have the browser up.
Girl fight or whatever it was that you were talking about?
Oh, no, I'll show you here. Jeez, that looks lame. Here, this is the one. Look at these powder puffs. and they're, the stuntmen are doing their best to throw themselves around. Apparently, so it's like they're these. Yeah, it's just not believable. I'm sorry. There are tough women out there, like in The Mandalorian. That's believable. But
it was never believable. Like the original was never believable, right?
Oh yeah,
this is
that's
TV.
kind of it's campy. I mean, it's not taking itself seriously. I think this one takes itself seriously. That's the problem.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah.
So
I haven't seen it, but
I have no interest in seeing this. I mean, I didn't actually like the movies with Cameron Diaz and the ones around 2000.
No, I don't.
That was a huge box office hit. It was huge.
Oh.
I didn't even like those. They were just too dumb. In fact, the one that had Tom Green in it, I can't stand Tom Green. He's awful. He's just the most annoying. I can't even call him a comedian. He's just really, really bad. And I know he's a fellow Canuck, but yeah, America, you can keep him along with Justin Bieber and what's his name? There's who else? Oh, it's her name, I should say, Celine Dion. You can keep them, but give us back Keanu. We're just lending him to you, okay? So after this massive failure, for a particular genre of film, Elizabeth Banks is perfectly fine. She did the Pitch Perfect movies, which did very well.
Yeah.
This is not her genre. And it's so tough for women directors in Hollywood that in the very next week, they're funding another film. And it is another switch, another gender swap. Instead of Invisible Man, you guess it, Invisible Woman. God damn it.
May I take a moment to remind our listeners that we have a toll-free number that we'll put up later and take
I'll put it up as soon
stuff
as
like
I've
that, comments,
finished getting this off my chest or out of
I know you need a
stomach.
rant.
I've been
But we're getting comments
ranting about this for months, and every day something new was coming up.
Yeah.
And it was driving me bananas. I was just like, what the hell is going on? Now this one isn't so much about the film. The film Emma, which is based on a Jane Austen novel. I like Jane Austen. Interestingly, her books were not published until after her death. And Oscar Wilde loved Jane Austen's material. Just saying. This is what I want to say. However, since this is the Mary Sue, a very woke. It's very aptly named. I mean, you know what a Mary Sue is, right? No?
No.
Oh, it's a literary term. It is. It actually, ironically, comes from Star Trek fan fiction. It is a character who is perfect in every way and cannot, essentially. There's no character development because they're already at the apex. Nothing is too great a barrier There's no possibility of failure. Basically, Rey Skywalker. I mean, she's at the apex. I mean, the stupidest thing about Star Wars, the recent films, is that Rey Skywalker, never seen a lightsaber, picks it up, defeats multiple foes who have trained their whole lives using a lightsaber. It's or piloting. She's never piloted a spaceship before. She outpilots in the Millennium Falcon, which she has no business having because that should have gone to Chewbacca for right out loud. Why did they get Han Solo to give her the Millennium Falcon? I mean, you'd think that it would go to his business partner. Just saying. But anyway, she outpilots TIE fighters, which are much more maneuverable and much more highly trained. The pilots would be. Yeah, that is a Mary Sue. So. Anyway,
okay.
There you go. That's a Mary Sue. And then of course Superman is a Jerry Sue.
Okay. Huh.
Because I this is why I don't like Superman, because he's annoyingly perfect. I mean, the only saving grace. This is why the original, no, not the original, but the Reeves Superman movies, especially the first one. I love the first one. The only saving grace with Superman is it didn't take itself seriously. That is how you handle being a Mary or a Jerry Sue. Anyway.
Yeah, like I kind of remember Superman.
You do?
Maybe I'm thinking of. Well, I'm thinking maybe it's Batman, who is just a little bit awkward, right?
Wait. Are you actually confusing Superman and Batman?
Probably.
Oh my God.
I know. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. So yeah. Before I reveal.
Please don't. This is fun. Anyway, this writer.
Who's the one? Kirsten Dunstan or something like that.
That's Spider-Man.
Okay. Okay, that's one that I thought was. Okay, I'm shutting up now. I'm muting. Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow. How can you possibly mistake any of these for each other?
Because I don't give a rat's ass about that particular genre.
Fine, but even people who don't give a rat's ass.
I know.
Anyway,
people that have, schooled me will be very disappointed.
This woman who's
school.
writing for the Mary Sue, Princess Weeks. I hope that's not a real name. I mean, but you know what? After reading this, it probably is. However, since I had this criticism for Little Women, I will pass it on to Emma as well. There is no need for period dramas to be this white anymore. Okay, we're talking about a movie that's set in Victorian England.
Yeah. Who else is going to be there?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. It's called historical accuracy, and it lends credence. It lends. What would you call it? An immersion of the. Like it would be like, hey, let's put women on the beach at Normandy on D-Day. Or I like my favorite example. Hey, why are all the slaves black? Let's put some white slaves in there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That would be totally inappropriate. I mean, it wouldn't be inappropriate, I don't think, to make it up. Make a new version that's interesting and has an interesting take on it, because that's certainly been done before, right? But just to, that doesn't make sense.
For Little Women, you could have an Asian sister, a black sister, Native American sister. Oh yeah, and they're all from the same mother. Yeah. It's just dumb. One of the most interesting imaginings of I'm trying to think, it was Hamlet, was putting it in the setting of Nicaragua in the 80s, and it was really well done. That's what you could do. If you want it to be more diverse, change the setting. Do what the Coen brothers did with the Odyssey when they wrote "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" That was brilliant. But
Yeah.
Victorian England? Are you kidding me? Man, this is woke. You know, it's impossible to tell the difference
Again, you
between
could spin the story in a,
and woke people.
tell the same story and put it in a different era.
Right.
And make it interesting that way, but just
Right.
to.
But don't stick people in Victorian England
That's
that
what I
don't
wanna use.
belong. You spoil things. It spoils the. What's the word I'm looking for? And not immersion, but like the believability is just out the window.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. Gratuitous is the word I was looking for.
Gratuitous what?
Just giving roles to people for the sake of diversity when you could be much more creative, like you were saying. What Hamlet was it?
Yeah, it was Hamlet. Yeah.
Yeah, that had an all black cast or whatever, right? Like,
No,
do
it's not,
that.
but-
That's what's up.
No, well, no, you're mixing things, but yeah, it was just
Okay.
a Shakespearean
There was another one. Okay.
set in Nicaragua. It was different.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
getting a call from Washington D.C. Go away.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's probably
Yeah,
another
yeah.
one of these. Well, the election's coming up, and I've had calls about who am I going to vote for, kind of thing, and I'm like, at this point, I really don't care.
Yeah,
There's
just to
a-
remind our audience, you're a dual.
Yeah, I'm a dual, so I vote in California. Where were we? Oh yeah, here. Now, Little Women. Now, Little Women did not do very well at the box office either, and it might have something. It's men, right? It's for sure. Men are the problem, right? Here we go. Little Women is losing out on awards show thanks to predictable men. It's my fault that. I love this. The director of Little Women said that men aren't going to see this because it's. I'm gonna do this in a voice. Come on, let's do this in a voice. Here we go. It's a completely unconscious bias. I don't think it's anything like a malicious rejection. How did that come through?
I don't understand.
Oh, why men
well,
aren't going to see
I guess
this
I
movie?
understand.
Yeah.
Why we're not?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like to tell her that I am completely conscious of why I didn't go to see this film. I wasn't interested.
and I hadn't
That's
heard
simple.
of it. So,
I've seen with Little Women, not this version, but this being the 2000th incarnation of Little Women. It's been done to death, and the last remake was only 2014. So, and you think you're going to get an Oscar nod because you have nothing new to offer? This done to death thing? Wow. Somebody else said this. I just can't believe we're still having this fucking discussion where movies by men and about men and for men are considered default movies, and women's movies fall into this separate and unequal category. It's absurd. Well, you got the last little bit right. Women seem to be the ones that are doing these woke hijacked films, and maybe if they stop doing that, look at the Hurt Locker, one that won Best Picture a few years back. Well, I guess it would be more than a few years back. Like, I don't know, when was the Hurt Locker? It was a really good film. I love it. And directed by a woman. It was awesome. It was not a trace of woke in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was fabulous. You know, but this whole blaming men for their crap. We didn't make this shit, and we don't have to go see this. If you're not going to make movies that or at least hold their interest for a few minutes, we're probably not going to go see it at all. Oh yeah, here we go. We got another example coming up here. Let's see. No Time to Die, the next James Bond movie. Let me get rid of that other. Yeah. This is interesting. Okay, here we go. Let's go back up, do the window capture. Here we go. A Me Too makeover for James Bond. Fleabag star Phoebe Waller-Bridge is drafted in by producers to meet Daniel Craig and work on a new film script. Yeah. This will be a very different, very modern Bond for the Me Too era. Just like the Terminator, I bet. When are they going to learn that this is not a selling point? This is just not...
Well,
I'm not interested.
Why can we not view these, through the lens of what we've, learned socially about ourselves through art, rather than trying to remake it? I'm not sure how to phrase that, but yeah, trying to remake it just by
ruining.
What was the word? Gratuitous. Well, gratuitous pandering, I suppose, would be kind of harsh. But
they're selling an agenda. They think that is the primary goal, rather than story and interesting characters. And there's no. It's just. This is the other thing. I think these people believe that what we see on the screen translates to reality, but I don't think any reasonable person would think that James Bond films are manuals for how we treat women.
Yeah, I'm kidding. That was really the point, like the stereotype of,
This is Tipper Gore shit.
It's like a stereotype that's outrageously, inflated, I suppose. And it's not to be.
They can't even fantasize anymore, right? They're controlling our fantasies. This is we're trying to get away from reality when we go to a film. We don't want to be sold.
Bro, that's not the kind of guy I fantasize about. Just to be sure.
Well, I don't know. What
maybe you do, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't. But yeah,
I'm teasing you, obviously.
It's just why does James Bond have to conform? It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
Hey, why does there need to be a message attached to it necessarily? I mean,
well, it could be quite fun to see a woman portrayed as Bond if it was done nicely. Done in a.
No, I would never go for a Jane Bond. No, you can have a super spy, but if you gender swap James Bond, I think that's the end of the franchise. It's done. It's finished.
Well, it depends. I don't know. I think it depends on how it's done. It could be absolutely outstanding.
You can have a super spy, but if you try and do it with James Bond, you will kill the franchise. I guarantee it. It will be finished.
Well,
you come up with your own IP, and quit riding on the coattails of another of a brand. And James Bond is a brand, being a man. I'm not even sure it would work with say they were thinking of putting in what's this guy's name? It's just on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember his, but he's black actor, British actor. I don't even think that would work.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I mean, I think conceivably with good enough writers, you could put anybody in that position of the character and really make it your own if you're really good at crafting, you know.
Can't call him Bond. Can't call that person Bond.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Brand and
yeah.
People will be angry because it is, you know, especially with the history since Ghostbusters 2016 of doing this. We're tired of it. There's a definite fatigue. Actually, it started with Ghostbusters 2016. I was already fatigued, but
well,
you know,
I couldn't have been buggered, so I'm not even fatigued.
Well, it's so obvious what they're trying to do. They're not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to hitch their wagon on past successes, but you know, selling woke messages, and it's just falling flat on it. And I wonder why it's failing. Like, because story matters, characters matter. Here's another one. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. New Bond film must treat women properly, even if he doesn't. What? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, there's been a lot. Oh no, gotta do this again. There's been a lot of talk about whether or not the Bond franchise is relevant now. Oh, they're always talking about relevance. Why is relevance a thing? I mean, Shakespeare wasn't relevant. He was transcendent. Oh well. Now, because of who he is and the way he treats women, I think that's bollocks. Ooh, such language. I think he's absolutely relevant now. It has just got to grow. It has just got to evolve. And the important thing is that the film treats the women properly. He doesn't have to. He needs to be true to this character. Anybody want to translate that?
I guess it means that he should be. Well, yeah, because either he's going to be the woke guy, or he's going to be true to his character. You know, the whole point is that he's a womanizer, right? Oh, what a scary idea that there's a fictional character that's a womanizer.
He's a serial rapist.
Yeah. Fair enough. Some of those scenes from, you know, if you look at ads from the, I don't know, 60s, 70s, and movies, you know, of that era, there was lots of stuff that we just, like, if we didn't raise an eyebrow, we'd be, holy shit, what the fuck, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, it's like, what about the women that sleep with Bond? There's that, I don't know, if they have a problem with James Bond, but they don't have a problem with the women who sleep with him. That doesn't make sense.
So I'm not familiar enough to, you know, with the franchise, but I would say that they have been empowered in their own rights too.
I would say so.
Yeah.
They're not coerced. They're not, you know.
What's that amazing British actress? What's her name? Oh. She was in, like, original Bond movies, or at least one. And she's absolutely gorgeous to this very day. Oh, I
Are you thinking of Jane Seymour?
Nope. Older.
Older than Jane Seymour?
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you know how many women are in James Bond franchise?
She's got very short hair. Oh, never mind. I'll look it up and.
Are we going back to Kirsten Dunst again?
No.
I'm never gonna forget this. You realize?
Yeah.
Where Where are
I
we
guess
at?
this is being recorded too. I'm going to mute myself for one moment. Hang on.
Okay. You're going to look it up, aren't you? What was this?
But of course.
Oh, shoot. Oh, it's going to... I got to do something here in a second. I got to get this back. I have a pie hole which blocks a lot of sites, so I have to kind of kill my pie hole for a few seconds. Where was I? Designer, where is it? Digital spy. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, that's coming up. Let's get rid of No Time to Die. And the next little example, this one is coming up. Star Trek Picard. Yeah. If you're expecting Picard to be a sequel to The Next Generation, yeah, it ain't. It is going to be a train wreck. And here, let's put this up. Oh, not Watchmen. That's another one. There we go. Star Trek Picard. Patrick Stewart on why he returned to the final frontier. And oddly enough, it's about Brexit and Donald Trump. I kid you not.
Huh.
Where is it? This is in. Didn't want to reprise. He didn't want to just do the same role again. I get that. So why come back at all? Stewart says in a post-President Trump and post-Brexit world, the United States and United Kingdom in particular distance themselves from what the United Federation of Planets represented. Patrick, it never did. Anyway, it's gone dark. So the Federation is now evil, basically. And this is not Star Trek. This is not Star Trek was a positive, hopeful future. And these modern versions, like Star Trek Discovery, which is just appallingly bad, and Picard are not Star Trek. I mean, they have this Section 31, which is this super secret thing, which is makes the CIA look like small potatoes, and it's like that wasn't in Star Trek, and there's a reason it wasn't in Star Trek, because it didn't fit in this hopeful future.
Yeah.
You know, like Star Trek dealt with the original series dealt with just a few minutes ago there was the episode where the half black, half white, and guy being racist against the half white, half black guy. And yeah, it's a study in racism, and it's my favorite episode. It's timeless.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's a timeless episode.
Yeah, interesting premise. Yeah.
That's called transcendence. Okay. Relevance doesn't last very long because details change. I mean, Trump's not going to be president for ever, though it will seem like it. Nobody really knows what the outcome of that will be, and so in a few years nobody's going to remember this. But this is just anti-Trek. This is not, and not to mention what I'll come to that in a minute. But Star Trek Discovery, what they did to Spock is just disgusting. Back to
I just don't. Wow.
Yeah, this is not Trek. This is terrible. Whatever it is, I can't tell you what it really is because it's hard to define it. All I know is that it is definitely not Trek. So, Star Trek Discovery, which is conveniently has the acronym STD.
Yes.
And I get really. You never thought about that. I mean, so
Yeah. Yeah.
seriously,
That happens. Acronyms can be
Good
dangerous
job.
things for sure.
Good job on that. No one
Especially-
will make fun of this. No, not ever. Yeah. Let me see if I can find. Well, it's. Yeah, I've already talked about this. Where there's no way to fit Star Trek. Star Trek Discovery takes place before the original series, supposedly, and there's just no way to line it up in a timeline. And Spock has this sister who's human that he's never talked about. Now, he never talked about his brother either, but then again, I never really considered the movies to be canon, and that was I hated that movie. But but Spock comes across like an autistic, like addle-minded. I don't know what he is, but it's
Okay, I've probably seen it now that you mention it.
This is the habit that they have. This is a Mary Sue. The main character is a definite Mary Sue. Not as Mary Sue as Rey Skywalker. In fact, Rey Skywalker in the Star Wars movies should stop calling her a Mary Sue and just call her a Rey Skywalker. She's way more Mary Sue than Mary Sue. But Michael Burnham is a Mary Sue and not a likable character. She's like, I don't care about her. And the episode I left was the one where they brought back Harry Mudd. Harry Mudd is a very beloved character from the original series. He was on 2 episodes, and they wanted to bring him back for the next generation, but they couldn't work it in before he died. The Trouble with Tribbles. No, that wasn't him. No, that one. Yeah, there were 2 episodes. So anyway, I can't remember the ones he was on. The ones where he was selling wives. No, I mean, he was making a deal with some miners for a valuable resource and for dilithium crystals, actually. And these were these beautiful women, and so there was going to be a transaction. Anyway, he was a shyster, a kind of a inept con man. And they turned him on STD into a homicidal maniac. Like he killed all the crew.
Wow, okay.
And I'm like, wow. I actually, that was the episode I stopped watching.
Okay.
It had actually more to do with the space whales. Like, just think
Space
about it for a
whales?
second. Space whales that make sounds in space, in the vacuum
Oh,
of
right.
space.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Physics
dear.
much?
Yeah.
Ugh. God damn it. And Harry Mudd got on board the Discovery by... This was very biblical. He was hiding in the belly of a space whale.
Oh my god. Oh god. Huh.
God, I hate that show.
Huh. Fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Well, you got that.
I didn't mean that. That wasn't intentional.
See, you actually understood that reference, self-reference. Good.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
hope. There's hope.
There might be. Yeah. Every once in a while. Yeah.
So I'm not looking forward to Picard. It comes out next week. I want to say 1 week's time. I will not be watching it. I will be watching the reviews, though, on YouTube. Particularly, I'm going to plug a couple of YouTubers. One is Doomcock. Overlord DVD. Dictor von Doomcock.
I hadn't heard of heard of them until
Yeah, until I told
until
you.
you
About it, yeah.
yeah.
He does a show on Friday nights that he basically just entertains, and
Okay.
he's got a really good singing voice. He does some pretty good impressions, and we talk about the usual stuff like we're talking about now, especially in the entertainment industry. He's actually part of that.
Okay.
And he'll go for 6 or 7 hours. Amazing.
Wow.
Every Friday
That's a
night.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
And Sundays he gets together with Nerderotic, is another YouTuber that I like, and they do the Inquisition, and you better believe that Picard will be front and center.
Okay.
As is Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Oh boy.
Oh no, more. But wait, there's more.
It just keeps going. Don't worry. Doctor
yeah.
Who has become literally preaching. Apparently, the last episode was about the environment, and the doctor, who is now a woman, which I do have a problem with, but not because she's a woman. It's just that Doctor Who, it's canon that he never wanted to be a woman. It's
Okay.
if you want to do a female Time Lord, fine. Knock yourself out. Just don't call him Doctor Who. Her. But anyway, I stopped watching Doctor Who long
Something I don't care about.
before that. Okay, but anyway, it
Okay.
just went straight to preaching apparently, and it's so woke that it's dying a very rapid death. The viewership, the audience is going down very quickly. But the Guardian, I know this is weak hanging fruit, but the Guardian doesn't think it's woke enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shock and surprise, the Guardian
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
think Doctor Who it's more offensive than ever.
Wow. Yeah.
Please. Let's have a discussion about being offended. I'll teach you about that.
Speaking of being offended, where's Shane?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm offended that he
He's
isn't
already
here.
punted me off
Yeah.
of Skype, so yeah, maybe I
Well, I was
Triggered
really
him
offended
again.
when you said he was in. Well, when he said he was in Puerto Vallarta, that was just mean.
Yeah,
that
I
was
know, you
super mean.
bastard.
Like, oh,
Porta
yeah,
Vallarta,
the
you
weather,
son
like
of a
when it
bitch.
was like what, minus 40
it was
here.
like minus, get me the hell out of here degrees.
Yeah, yeah.
And god damn, it was cold. It was brutal here. And
For those who
here
don't
he
know,
is. I
minus
do,
40 Fahrenheit is equal to minus 40 Celsius.
I think he's paying for it though, a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if he's
Not enough.
I don't know. Yeah, not enough. He's had a bit of
He's not here to account
is it
for himself.
Montezuma's revenge that you're suffering from? Never been to Puerto Vallarta. I've been on the Mayan Peninsula, but not that side. So Doctor Who is just dying a really nasty death. Another show. Oh, this one. You'll love this one. Is Batwoman.
Okay.
Okay. Basically,
Or should I don't know about?
Bruce Wayne has gone missing. She comes back. She plays a lesbian character. And she steals Batman's stuff, basically. Yeah, that's not riding the coattails of a male character at Brand. Not at all. No, sirree. No. What could be the problem here? Well, let's see.
Huh.
It's Batwoman is the latest victim of toxic fan culture, and here's what needs to change.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what needs to change is that it needs to die. Yeah. But yeah, it's men's fault.
I think this stuff can be done. It's just it's not being done in a way that's, creative. It's just
definitely.
pandering.
There's no
right?
creativity here at all.
Yeah.
It's
Just,
riding on previous
dredging up. Yeah.
already
Dredging up
established
classics
franchises.
and yeah. That's not to say that doesn't often work too, but
I think it's really
yeah,
difficult to be
if it's a
woke
shitty,
and make a good
yeah.
story. I think it's extremely difficult.
I don't think it's all that difficult, but
Well, it seems to be
you
because
have to be a little more
almost
creative.
nobody is doing it.
Mm,
Yeah.
uh,
And it's the fans' fault. It's
I just
right. It's men.
I don't know. A good movie's a good movie, right?
Yeah, but I think it's hard to make very difficult to make a good movie that's woke.
Yeah.
Because woke is about
Well, then
political
people need to try.
correctness, and you must know this is it's very propagandist.
Well, like I think a really good movie would come out with sort of a, I don't know, a sympathetic viewpoint toward a certain, I don't know, issue or blah 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 kind of thing, without having to preach at you, right?
Without Orange Man bad.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
too, but that's like super, that's
But
like
that's
within the U.S. and unfortunately Canada too. That's such a small segment of the world, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, very loud.
Yeah.
Uh,
But like, what do you think the rest of the world thinks about all this shit? They must be looking like, oh my god, what
they
the
don't know
hell
that.
happened?
They think the rest of the world. They have the moral high ground, right? They are the.
No, I'm not talking about Americans. I'm talking about people looking inward toward America
Yeah,
and
I know
North
what you
America,
mean.
Canada and Canada, the U.S. Well, like, what must they be thinking?
People too. We've got our woke people too. I mean, remember what happened at the website, the Facebook page for the Atheist Society of Calgary. They had a woke. I'm just going to call him an asshole. He was an asshole.
Okay.
He
Um,
called somebody we know a transphobe, and yeah, he's one of the. This person is actually a diversity officer in a major corporation in Calgary, and I'm like,
you're losing me, unfortunately.
yeah, well, this happened a few months ago. Somebody we know
Okay.
posted something about it, you know.
Okay, an upcoming talk. Yeah. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Okay,
and
gotcha. Yeah.
it was not transphobic at all, but this person decided to slap the labels on because you know how woke people are. That's what they do, and which is why those words have zero power anymore. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
But this person had power to, on the Facebook page, they had the, what's the word? They were an admin, and yeah, that ended. The whole thing ended up blowing up on him, and he was turfed. So, good. I left. I actually quit the Atheist Society of Calgary because of this whole incident, and because there was not a public apology, I'm not going back. But anyway, I think they should have publicly apologized. It happened in public. The apology should be in public. That's the right thing to do. Period.
I understand what you're talking about. I just can't remember who was type in the chat window. So I remember, because obviously you don't want to say that name.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she cares, but.
Okay. Oh yeah, I knew that one, but the one who's making me the one who's making.
Oh.
Yeah. The other person you're referring to.
You won't know who it is.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know there's some controversy around that, and
oh, I was disgusted.
Yeah.
And so was the board, but they took so long to act, and it was it was all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, that was about that talk. Right.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, and if I recall, the phrasing was presented as a question and not an assertion of
Yeah, for
opinion.
discussion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know,
And
the woke
why would you shut that kind of conversation down? That's an interesting
because
conversation.
because he's woke.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what the woke do.
Yeah.
The woke are all about control, and you must conform to
Yeah.
their view, and any transgression has to be met with the greatest amount of punishment.
Yeah.
can do.
Shaming and shunning.
Getting people fired
Shaming and shunning.
from their job, which
Yeah.
has nothing to do with what with what they're talking about. They've gone after people like Dave Chappelle for what he did, and he's gone out publicly, daring these people.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And we're seeing,
Ricky Gervais
finally
too.
seeing this turnaround. Anyway, back to Batwoman.
Like,
Let it go.
well, bringing it back down to what we were talking about here, I had wine the other day with somebody that we're discussing here, and let's just say this is the second time that person has been the victim of
Through the ringer.
cancel culture, right? You know,
Through the ringer.
cancel culture.
Because
And it's so ironic that because she wanted to start a discussion about cancel culture, that she
ended
actually
up
got
being a victim.
cancel cultured. Yeah.
Cancel culture
Twice
is
now.
despicable. This person that was on the oppression end of the cancel culture. In this example, this person was saying that no, you can't be against cancel culture because it is the only way for marginalized voices to be heard. And I'm like, no, that's not what this is about. This is about marginalized people who want to get their way. It's not the same thing. You don't have a right to be heard. No one has a right to be heard.
Yeah.
You have a right to speak.
I don't
You don't have
know.
a right to be heard.
Present your proposal on what you're going to talk about, and we'll do our best to try to bring you in if it suits our, general philosophies as atheists and humanists and that kind of thing, right? We could do that, but
Whatever that means.
just to.
I mean,
Well, I
a
don't
lot of
know,
woke people are atheists, so
Well, that's true, but like I'm saying, present your why you want to talk to this particular group, and I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one.
No, they must not.
I
must
just
be deplatformed.
the irony of that person posting about cancel culture and then being canceled.
Oh, it wasn't lost on me. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
twice.
was
That's
despicable.
yeah,
And
and I think I'm kind of in that boat. There's a couple of us in that boat right now, so yeah.
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 Screw you, CFI Canada. That's the other example.
Yeah.
I have no problems naming them. They're SOBs. Anyway. Yeah. So Batwoman, I love this. Batwoman finally became the show it was meant to be. Bad. If that's what it was meant to be, it's mission accomplished. They have a big banner. That's what you should have. Mission accomplished on an aircraft carrier. Yeah, it's a terrible show. I saw the first episode and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is terrible. This is just brutally bad. Yeah, I mean, another Mary Sue, basically. And she gets all the Batman stuff. God damn it. And there was that cringe line where the guy says, the suit is perfect, referring to the bat suit. And she says, it will be when it fits a woman. Yeah, that's not cringeworthy. No. It's the same thing with Doctor Who. Doctor Who did the same thing.
I don't know. I'd like to see that in a few shops.
It was Doctor Who's...
with some, French
somebody
maid
was
costumes.
saying that Doctor Who is always a man. I thought Doctor Who was always a man. Oh, no, I've had an upgrade. Oh, I'm going to say this again. Oh, no, I've had an upgrade. God damn it. I mean, in this climate, you know, it
That's
might be
tedious.
funny in another climate.
Yeah.
But today's climate, that's not so funny because you're alienating people already, and now you're further alienating them by, you know, inferring that they are the lesser gender. Yeah, whatever.
Well, that too, and insulting audiences, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it
Yeah.
comes down to that, right?
Yeah.
You know, the ratings for this show, the audience is just going down and down and down. Batwoman, and yet they renewed it. Like, what? Why are you renewing this? I mean, I get it. I mean, I know the streaming services are desperate for material, but Jesus Christ. We're going to get even worse example of that yet. Okay. And I'm going to try and hurry through this.
So how many seasons has that been on?
Well,
Sorry.
this is the second season. No,
Okay.
It's the end of... No, this is the end of the first season. So, yeah.
Okay, but it's
they've
being
just
renewed.
it for a second season. Watchmen. This is on HBO. Very woke and really terrible. But the critics are all raving. Oh, it's brilliant. Blah blah blah. No, it's not brilliant. And it got canceled, thankfully. I love this. The creator said, "Well, I told the story that I wanted to tell, and so I don't need to do a second season." It's like, yeah, you turned down money for season 2. Right. Yeah. You got canned is what happened. Okay. Yeah. Give me a break. But always men
Yeah, I
to
know.
blame, right? It's just amazing me. It amazes me that they think they're going to get away with this. But here, I'm going to show you the
We're getting comments, Randy. We should open up the phone lines pretty soon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
everybody
gonna
who's
open the
joining
phone line.
us.
I'm going to open
Yeah,
the
yeah,
phone line.
yeah.
See if I can find the...
I don't mean to interrupt, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's
we've been
open
going
the
for an
phone.
hour.
I'd love to hear if anybody who has an example of wokeness ruining something. And you know, here I have to do this one thing because I can't find the phone number. But you know how it's all? Why do people hate? You know, Cats bombed at the box office. And so
I
why
kind of saw like a line or two that it was kind of creepy and not,
why do people hate Cats? I love Cats. I mean,
Well, no,
surrounded by Cats.
because the first Cats or whatever that was a film was really well done, and apparently people loved it, right? And there's been what do you call it?
Did
Broadway. I think so, if I'm not
musical,
mistaken.
maybe. Like the actual.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, not the film.
But I think there was a film.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
not the first one.
I don't even remember it.
Well, I'm totally on pop culture, but I think I remember people,
Find the phone number.
being into it.
Well, if you
but-
say so, I don't remember it, but
Oh, okay. So, by the way, Judi Dench is who I was thinking of
okay.
with the Bond thing.
Right,
Judi
okay.
Dench, yes,
Yeah,
a Bond girl.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I just can't picture her as a Bond girl. Judi Dench.
Well, yeah.
I know James Bond is going after anything that breathes.
Oh
but-
God, are you kidding?
Are you sure you know who Judi Dench is?
Yes.
Like,
Oh my goodness!
the
Why would?
elderly woman,
Yeah,
and you think she's a Bond girl?
she is. I think.
I don't think
Look
that
up-
means
look
what
up
you think
Judi-
it means.
Judi Dench, James Bond.
Yes, she's been
Judi-
in the James Bond movies, but she's not.
Okay, but she's
a
not-
Bond girl.
Okay, she was a villain.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so at least I got that connection to the movie, right?
Now I got this picture in my head of banging Judi Dench. Thanks. Oh.
Judi Dench is gorgeous, and she's worth banging. I am sure. Just
In What century?
She
Not
passed
this
away
century.
in 2015.
For sure.
She passed away like 5 years ago. I didn't realize
What?
that.
No, she hasn't.
Oh, okay. Hang on. It says here. I thought not. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's talking about the James Bond era. I probably might have guessed that. Yeah, 1995 was not her date of birth. Sorry. Okay.
Who were you thinking about?
I was thinking about Judi Dench from the Bond movies. I looked it up, right? We were talking about the Bond.
Do you know what? Hey, define for me what a Bond girl is.
Okay, I probably am picking the wrong whatever, but basically somebody who's been in a Bond film
Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat
as a woman.
Yeah, V for Vendetta. The strong female
I
role.
saw that.
Absolutely. Fantastic film.
That's why we should put her number up.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could have gotten the volume on that Matrix thing, the Matrix Terminator thing I created. God damn it! I put a fair bit of thought into that. Yeah, Hollywood has money to throw away. I know. I know. This is the thing that I'm trying to figure out. They're giving Elizabeth Banks more money to do another flop. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Eventually, there's going to be a market correction, and that if they keep doing it, throwing good money after bad.
Okay.
They're going to go out of business, or they're going to figure out that this is not how to get people to go to theater. It's not. And it's happening. I mean, Terminator Dark Fate, it's a big flop. Little Women was a flop, but that's a little less. The reasons for that are a little bit different, but really, that's nobody's. I'm sorry, there's no explosions in Little Women, and yeah, when we go when I don't know how it is for women, but for men, when we go to a movie, we want something pretty mindless. I spend my whole day thinking. It's my job.
Yeah, true.
Literally my job. And
but I think you can. I think I like thinking about something else, right?
Porn?
No. I'm doing technical shit that on the computer and blah 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 kind of thing. Yeah. Like I want to be thinking, but not in a.
I don't want.
You know what I mean? I want a good story. I don't necessarily want mindlessness, but I do appreciate.
Well, I know what I don't want. I don't want to be preached at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That is divisive. You're just creating greater polarity. You're shaming people for thinking differently than you. Yeah. It's just not good. Stop doing this. And you're going to learn that it's not a selling point. I wanted to put something else up here.
Can I interrupt briefly?
Sure. Go ahead.
I need to take a very brief break.
Okay.
And so I was just going to recommend if we want to put the number up and still keep talking in a moment or two.
Yeah,
is that all right?
The number up. I can't find it on the. I'm trying to find it. Is this here?
Give me one moment till I'll find it.
There it is. I got it. I'm going to rename that so it actually has a name that anybody wants to phone in and their example of wokeness ruining everything. Yeah, I'm going to actually give some examples where diversity was good, but they are few and far between. That's the problem. You get all this gender swapping and it's just, who thought Ghostbusters, the original movie, was as close to a perfect comedy as you can get? Who thought there needed to be a reboot? Oh, it'll be better when we have women. And let's face it, Paul Feig is... yeah. He wants to have the crossover. There's the new Ghostbusters coming. Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife, which looks like it could be really good. It's ignoring the 2016. It doesn't exist, which is good job. I love it. And it's going to be it's not going to be disrespecting the original. And that is what any of these reboots need to do. If you disrespect the original, hey, those of us who saw the original are still around, and you're going to piss us off. As that's what all the pushback against Ghostbusters 2016 was about. It wasn't about misogyny. It wasn't about. It was just cheap, unimaginative. Let's put women in there instead, and nobody will notice that we're hijacking a franchise. It's like, yeah, we noticed. It's obvious. It's not a good idea. I don't wonder where Shane is. Where is Shane? You're totally muted. Oh wait, did I mute you? Where are you, Shane? I have no idea. And anyway, this is just so unimaginative, so bad. But I'm gonna posit a show. I'm gonna present a nominee for the worst picture, television or cinema, that has been, I can't say ruined because it never was good. But the most egregious example of wokeness, and I dare anyone to watch a single episode. One episode. It's 1 hour long. One episode. It is. Should I give it the name? Should I name it now? It's on Netflix. And this is one of those rare occasions where I agree with the critics. It's even the blue checkmark film critics or entertainment critics gave it a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, it is that bad. And it's all because of wokeness. It is, I liken it to, okay, remember the movie The Right Stuff, except on opposite day, so it's The Wrong Stuff meets woke friends. Yeah, it's that kind of an abomination. And even that sounds better than the actual show. It is brutal. Anyway, yeah.
Pardon my brief absence.
I was just about to nominate. We don't have any callers. I was about to nominate this show as the worst show. Here it is. It is the worst show I have. Oh, darn it. There it is. Another Life.
What do you mean?
This is the absolute worst garbage I have ever seen in my life. It is. Okay, here's the scenario.
Oh, okay. Okay.
An alien artifact comes to Earth, and so you'd think that this would be an important event, and you might want to explore that. But nope, we're going into space right now. I'm just like, okay, fine. I'm still watching. And now we're in space. And so they're going to this other star system. They're in suspended animation because the trip takes months. The AI, who by the way has emotions and does go nuts later on apparently. And I'm like, who programmed the damned AI with emotions? Why the hell would you do that? But anyway, so the AI wakes them up because the trip is going to take them a little longer because of a cloud of dark matter. And I love the graphic. Dark matter is a cloud of dark material. And I'm like, that's not why dark matter is called dark matter. It's not a black cloud.
Yeah, how would you portray it though?
You wouldn't.
Like what? Yeah.
You
yeah.
wouldn't,
Okay, that's fair. That is totally fair. Yeah.
Why would you do this? It's stupid. It's anyway. Okay, so I assume they're talking about a gravitational lensing effect, so that made this star appear closer than it really was. Anyway, now the trip is going to take a few months longer. Why would the AI wake them up? Why would they? I don't know. What's
You're
the point
making
of waking
sense,
them up?
Randy. Like,
What's the point of the
chill.
But it gets worse.
Chill.
Okay.
It's a fantasy.
The crew, yeah, fantasy. The crew mutinies because the trip is going to take a few months longer. Remember when I said the wrong stuff? Yeah, this is real dedication to the most important mission of mankind. No, we don't want. We don't feel like go. It's like frickin' millennial twats. This is what the characters are. They're useless millennial twats I wouldn't trust to sanitize telephones. It's and it just got worse apparently. There's some really good reviews on YouTube. The people that with brave souls who watched the whole first season. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And got through it without, committing suicide, going on a rampage, it's just horrible. If these are the best and brightest that we're screwed. We are so screwed. And everybody's getting it on with everybody else in all gender combinations. And I'm like, yeah, because that's exactly what happens on the International Space Station all the time, right? For fuck's sakes.
I have no familiar. I know nothing about this movie, and
it's on Netflix.
It sounds like it does have. I'm not on Netflix. I have been for a long time.
And unbelievably, this is yesterday. I saw this, and I couldn't believe it. I'll put it up. Another Life Season 2. I'm like, fuck no. Considering some of the really good shows that have been canceled recently, and this shit gets a second season? This is YouTube fodder. I mean, like, yeah. There's just I don't get it. This show is horrible. My mother watched the whole season. This is the funny part. And I'm like, what the hell did you do that for? And she said, well, I was hoping something would happen. And I'm like, how many episodes do you have to watch to realize this is shit? Mom, don't do it. Oh my God. I couldn't believe she did that and still survived. It really is brutal.
What's your mom's background in terms of, I don't know.
Well, she's not woke for one thing.
She's not what? Well, okay.
She's
religious?
She should have been an atheist for all her life.
Okay. You okay?
But I'm just like, Mom, what are you doing?
Huh?
She accidentally watched John Wick, and couldn't figure out how to. You know who John Wick is?
I don't. Sorry.
Oh my God! Only the best gratuitous violence ever. Yeah, absolutely the best. I love the choreography. Keanu Reeves, awesome.
All right.
And
Oh,
she
okay.
couldn't figure out how to stop it. So she ended up watching John Wick. She just like so much violence, and I'm like,
You should have referred her to, what was that movie? 300? 500?
oh no, the 300's got nothing on John Wick. No.
Okay. Okay, wow, holy shit.
Nothing on John Wick.
Huh, all right.
Yeah, John Wick is just one death after another. It's a dance.
Huh.
It's a beautifully choreographed violent film. This is
Wow.
no story. It's just plain mindless killing. It's great.
All right.
It's
Huh.
fantastic. I loved it. It's going. John Wick.
Well, 300
4 is coming.
was pretty, 300, what I remember one of my friends saying, like, I've never seen death so beautifully done kind of thing, right? It was
that
very
was a
artistic,
really good
right?
film. I like 300.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Mind you, I have a soft spot for Greek and Roman classics, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I studied that period of history, and it's just
It's like the
it's really
Stoics,
good.
right?
Yep. Well, I didn't really study
Yeah.
the philosophers that much, but
No,
mostly-
well, I mean, the depiction of, I believe the premise was based on sort of Stoic philosophy, if I'm not mistaken.
no, I don't know. It's more about Spartans. The Spartans were really.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know if
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
okay.
Stoics,
Yeah.
But yeah, they were pretty hard. The Spartans.
Mm.
They lived very Spartanly.
Yeah, yeah.
They really didn't. They didn't think much of the Athenians and all their philosophizing. They were a little, basically
Yeah.
the way a lot of people look at academia now, and not without reason. So yeah, Another Life
What do you mean?
is bad, like really bad. I could not believe this got a second season.
Huh. Okay.
I thought for sure this would be canned. Katie Sackhoff is in this, a member from Battlestar Galactica.
No, of course
No?
I
You
don't.
remember? Yeah.
Shane, where are you?
Where is Shane? Where the hell is he? He's gone.
Yeah, no kidding.
What's going on there? I might see if I
Oh,
can
maybe
get
we
him.
need to invite him back or something.
I don't think so.
We shouldn't have to.
I know
Just
he's.
join. Call.
I don't know what's going on. Something going on with. Oh, maybe we do.
Oh,
I don't know. Sorry, Shane.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Where the hell is Shane? Of course, it might be Montezuma's revenge is wreaking havoc with me. Heck, I can't find him on the list here. Oh, gee. What the hell? That's really weird.
yeah. I've got it set as a watch party for my Skype, so I don't know how to
I
add him
can't
back.
figure this out. I don't know what's going on, Shane. It says he's in on the call.
Yeah, but it says his mic is muted.
Yeah. Very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
Oh, so I have 2 calls happening here. If I join this other call,
what do you mean call?
a Skype.
What?
I've got 2 Skype calls and one says join call. So maybe there's like 2 calls happening and Shane
Okay,
hasn't
maybe
been
we should
invited.
join that one? I don't know what's going on here.
Well, I'm going to try it
Sure,
and
let's
see what
go.
happens.
Let's
Okay.
try it. You there, Shane? Now you're muted, Christine. Oh, because
Yes, I'm not
what's
muted
going
now.
on here?
I have no idea. It's like jiggly and blurry too.
Yeah, I know. What? It's weird.
Okay. Well, let's try and reestablish a call on Skype.
Sure. I can
Give me-
just restart it. I
Okay.
need to get a. Oh, did I? I wonder what I did with the.
I've got a dog that wants attention.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's take a 2-minute break.
If you had cats, you wouldn't have that problem.
Oh, yeah, they'd just be climbing on my keyboard.
There's nobody
Okay.
climbing on my keyboard. You got 14 cats.
Not this time.
14 cats, and not one of them is climbing on the keyboard. He's not even around here.
This
So
puppy
anybody
is
wants to
going to
phone
weigh
in,
between.
do so. I mean, let's get the phone number back up. Did I? Oh, it's not showing right now. That's why.
Okay, let's reestablish a call on Skype because I've got 2 calls going and I'm not really sure. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got simultaneously, so something's messed up there. And
Yeah, something's going on.
yeah.
I might restart Skype and see how that goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
What is going on? This is very strange. Wait a minute. What the heck? I should have 2 instances of Skype going. Why do I only have 1? This is the one I want to kill. Good. Okay. That part's done. I'm going to now. Like I say, you really feel masochistic, check out Another Life. That's not to be confused with Afterlife, which is Ricky Gervais' excellent show, by the way. Very, very good show. Loved it. And there is a season 2 coming, as Ricky said in one of his part of his monologue at the Golden Globes. And so I'm waiting for that. But I do want to, before I forget, I do want to talk about 2 shows which do diversity really well. And one is, nobody knows this show, unfortunately, but I saw it and I'm like, oh, okay, I got to watch this. For All Mankind is a the whole premise behind this show. It's on Apple TV, which is why nobody knows about it. And what just happened here? I'm the wrong Skype. Okay. Anyway, let's see if this worked. No, it's still doing something strange. I'm going to get out of that. And I'm going to call Shane directly. See what's going on here. So anyway, the premise behind the show is the space race has not ended because the Russians beat the Americans, and not only that, but they put the first woman on. So they beat. This was that dog and pony thing that was going on in the 60s. It wasn't because of feminism. It was another way to tweak the Americans' noses. But anyway, they get to the moon first, and they put the first woman on the moon. So now they have to create in response, the Americans created a program for female astronauts. So there's an organic reason for having women front and center. And there's the token black woman, but she is a really good character, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I can't say why, but it's in the last couple of episodes. And all these other things where they're gender swapping or in Star Wars, this is another example. What they did, they have to do to male characters to prop up female characters is destroy them. This is why there's something called the fandom menace, and it is people who care about Star Wars and didn't like what Disney was doing to beloved characters like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker was turned into this old hermit. Well, okay, he's old, but he's this embittered hermit, which is as far away from being Luke Skywalker as you can get. Han Solo was a deadbeat dad, right? Abandoned his family. This is the kind of thing that really pissed people off. Thank you, Ruin Johnson, for that. And yeah, it's all out war. I don't know. I don't get it, but market corrections are happening, and we don't have to go see films. There's only been 3 movies that I have seen in the last year, because they were the only ones that I thought that were worth seeing. One is Bohemian Rhapsody. I love it. I'm a huge Queen fan. I couldn't help myself, and was singing through the whole thing, full voice. But didn't seem to bother anybody, so good. The second one was Joker. I love Joker. It's a wonderful character study, and it's probably because we had a low budget of about $45 million, and well, they had nowhere else to go but story and character. And Joaquin Phoenix was just remarkable. Todd Phillips, yeah, fantastic. The whole thing was just fantastic. And the third one was Ford versus Ferrari. I loved it. Even if this idiot, I love this. This let's see what's up here. No, we're not done. Christine. I'm gonna try it again. These people are tearing down, not building. That's what really bugs me. Okay, we got Christine anyway. Yeah. I'll give Christine there. We go. I was just talking about For All Mankind. You're muted if you didn't know it. What is going on? Very weird.
Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you are. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Shane. Yeah, I don't know where he's gone to. I guess. Yeah, I was.
Have we had callers?
No. I was just talking about shows that actually do diversity right, and this is one of them on Apple TV. Is For All Mankind is very good. They go a little bit overboard, but I can forgive that. It's really well done. But the one that is even better is this one, The Expanse. Head and shoulders above pretty much anything on television. It used to be on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's now on Amazon Prime. Season 4 dropped in December, and yeah, it's going to be well before season 5. This show does diversity really well. It's organic. Part of it is because you have completely different factions because you have Earth versus Mars. Well, who are the Martians? Well, the people that went there. I mean, obviously they'd be
much like Star Trek.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
in a sense.
Ish.
Maybe. Sorry.
More complicated politically. And then there are the Belters, who are the underprivileged, working in ice mining and stuff, asteroid mining, and it does science very well. Like it makes sense from a scientific perspective. So physics, and it's just a really good. It's based on a series of books.
Cool.
That I've read, so I know what's coming. But it doesn't hurt to know that. So besides, I'll forget about it by the time. I'm 56. I don't have a good.
Well, if you read the books.
Yeah, I forget.
Huh? What'd you just say there? I forget.
I forget things like I went out for cat food today, looking for wild salmon primavera and came back with wild salmon Florentine. Like,
Oh my,
so
that's terrible.
yeah, but I do this all the time, and it's not like it actually isn't an age thing. It's a me thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
Well,
I,
there's a lot of distractions in life, right? You know.
no, this is more than just distractions.
Well,
This
yeah.
is
How many cats do you have? You have 14 cats.
Yeah, 14 cats.
That
Yeah.
in and of itself is,
Well, at least I can keep their names straight, right?
that's amazing.
When there was something else. It was
What were we talking about? I was going to say something now. I forget totally what it was.
see, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I almost
yeah.
forgot to talk about The Expanse. The Expanse is a really excellent show. But there's also this critic disconnect that it's very interesting. Okay, here we go. So you've got, look at this, Batwoman, 76 from the so-called professional critics, and 12% from people that have actually seen it. Watchmen is a little better, 96 to 54. Doctor Who, this is real too. This isn't just review bombing. People are really, really, really pissed off with Doctor Who, that are especially if you're a longtime fan. It's 81% to 7%. Joker, 69 to 88. This one really surprises me. The Orville. I love The Orville. This is one of those shows it is more Star Trek than Star Trek. 65% from the idiots and 94% from audience.
Wow.
The Witcher. I enjoyed
I
it.
haven't even heard of that one.
It's on.
That
It's
was it?
new. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And I
Like the last
I
two.
quite liked
This
it.
one.
And there's
Okay.
strong female characters in that too.
Nice.
59% from the idiots and 93% from the audience score. It's not without its problems. It's not, if you're
Yeah.
expecting something in the Game of Thrones level, no, but it's still pretty damn good. And it's based on a lot of people who read the novel don't like it because it's I don't know. I'd have to read the novel.
That's always the case, right?
Hey.
Well, usually the case. Yeah.
But I
And I was just going to, actually, that's what I was going to say, is that the fact that you've read the books or the series or whatever, gives you a much better perspective from which to criticize film, right?
Yeah, you get a more
Yeah.
full explanation of what's going on too, but you need. But the thing about the TV show of the Expanse is, you don't. Reading the book doesn't give you the sense of scale that is going on, and it's still hard on television, but it gives you. It's interesting how they imagine the visuals of what's going on.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really good. I really quite enjoy it. The books are excellent
All right.
as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's this big disconnect between so-called, critics, official critics, and the rest of us.
Yeah, I would say a lot of critics. I wouldn't necessarily say all of them, but yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's this problem that do some market research. Find out what motivates people to go to the.
Well, I'm
the
sure
theater.
they do. I'm sure they do,
I'm
but
not sure about that. I mean, throwing more money at Elizabeth Banks? You got to be kidding me. Nobody wants this gender swapping thing going on because it's lame,
yeah.
it's
But they
lazy,
must have like
garbage.
they must have like pilots, for series, and maybe
Well,
not.
they do
Maybe
test
not anymore.
audiences.
Yeah.
In Rise of Skywalker, the test audience, they said they didn't do test audiences. Bullshit. Of course they did.
Huh.
Kevin Feige, who runs that area now of Disney, he went to one of the test showings, and there's a part in the movie where the audience broke out in laughter at how stupid it was. And the rumor is that Feige hit the roof and ordered massive reshoots. Roughly half to 3/4 of the movie was reshot. And they were editing as they were shooting.
Huh.
And it wasn't ready until something like 48 hours before the release date. This is a stupid thing. Why have a hard release date?
Yeah, no kidding.
You just
Yeah.
back yourself into a corner.
Well, and is it not best to have like the excitement built around, I don't know, it's upcoming kind of thing, and then you announce a date after you've done that research,
Yeah.
That would lend more excitement to a campaign,
I'm done with Disney. They are pandering to the Chinese market, and ironically completely failing. The Rise of Skywalker made about 8 million in China in total.
Huh.
So all that pandering, they even decreased John Boyega. He's on the poster. He's a black actor. They decreased his size on the poster for China. So much for Disney's
Wow.
efforts on diversity.
Hmm.
They're pandering to the Chinese market, and it's going to fail because, I mean, I've seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and it ain't nothing like Hollywood movies. Okay, this is just totally different entertainment milieu.
Yeah.
It just, no, forget it. It's it's a shiny, it's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but yeah,
Sounds pretty. It sounds kind of racist to me.
It is racist.
Exactly.
And it was totally
And
racist.
there was racist shit going on in our societies. You look at old cartoons and blah 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 kind of thing. Well, is that society going to look back, in a decade or two and think, "Oh my goodness, that was a racist depiction of white people"? Probably.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Like think about that. What was that one that had the Natasha and I think it was Bull Moose or something like that.
Bullwinkle.
Do you know what I'm talking? Bullwinkle. Thank you. Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? That's
yes.
hilarious.
I know, but like the stereotypes of like Russian people was hilarious, right? Like, but offensive.
Oh yeah, that still carries today. I love that.
Not
It's
to
hilarious.
Not to mention like some of the Disney stuff. Holy shit!
Well,
Ooh,
Disney is
that was
hiding
racist.
Song of the South. They have
Just that.
completely eliminated it. You cannot get it. It's not on Disney Plus. And that was actually a breakthrough. This is the thing.
Wow. Okay.
It was a breakthrough movie. Why are you... Ugh. But no, because it might offend people. People that don't know their history.
That's exactly. You have to. These are artifacts.
Context. But the woke cannot handle context and nuance. It like that recent.
If you don't put it out there, like what do you say? Like sunshine and putting it out
it's all
there.
sunshine and roses being blown up people's asses.
Well, no,
that's the past.
That's not what you say. Like shine a light on it to exhibit it and show it and in its reality, and that's when we can move on, right?
People have these knee-jerk
if we just like brush it under
without looking at the context, right? And that
and
recent discussion I had with a certain someone on the Facebook page about blackface and no nuance. This person is incapable of understanding nuance and context. It was.
I think I missed that.
No,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I know you didn't.
No. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about now?
No, I'm gonna have to look at the page.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'll send it to you in the chat.
All right. There's been so much in my radar lately.
And
Oh,
yeah, that was
right.
an interesting discussion, and he's saying that because I'm okay with blackface in certain circumstances, that I was not promoting Enlightenment ideals, which was really rich coming from somebody who was being authoritarian and censorial.
Huh.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I would have to look up that chat stream. Okay.
You seriously don't remember that?
I remember it, but I don't know if I followed
tore
it. I probably liked
one,
it.
is the quote that, that you
Okay,
said
when
to me.
was this?
I have the strangest memory for some things. It's just I remember that, but I don't remember Florentine over
When was that?
over Primavera. That was a few months ago.
Okay, that's why I don't remember it. Jesus,
Seriously.
that's like ancient history. A few months ago. Yeah, I do remember it now, but I thought you meant like
Funny.
last week or something.
I've
right?
never had
Yeah.
something a riposte so teed up for me. I'm just like, this is like manna from heaven. It was just too funny. I was just pushing buttons, and I was just killing myself laughing. Because I knew he was just triggering like crazy, and I was killing myself. He was trying to push my buttons back, but it wasn't working. It was
Yeah,
too
yeah.
Sorry, I mean, I know I can be mean at times, but he had it coming.
Well, yeah, but like he's that person is a good
He might
person.
be a friend.
Yeah, a
He might be
personal
of
friend,
yours.
right?
He's not a friend of mine.
Yeah. Well, that's fair, but
But
he's
a good person.
he's not a. Yeah, yes. I think his intentions are good. That
I have
person's
trouble
intentions are
believing
good.
woke can ever be good. I
Well,
really do.
The fact that you think you're woke in and of itself suggests that
I don't
you're.
think I'm woke. God damn.
Well, no.
I think better of
I'm
myself.
saying. I think if you think you're woke, you're kind of delusional, right? Because there are
Kind of.
way different ways to interpret woke, right? Like even within the woke community, so to speak, right?
I know they go after each other. It's hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Dragon
It's
meat,
like,
its own
you
head,
people
or
are-
whatever, snake. Yeah.
You know, these woke people are just nuts. Like you people are just.
Well, that's an implosion of it, right?
I know.
And Ricky Gervais, like even though I'm
love
not,
Schadenfreude.
like I'm not pop cultured, but that
Oh, no kidding.
Ricky Gervais'
Really?
speech and what was the other one that oh shit, we talked about it, I don't know, a few podcasts ago. Obviously we're behind.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
That was a few months
Dave
ago. How do you remember
Chappelle?
this? You liar.
Well, it's Dave Chappelle. Dave
Oh yeah,
Chappelle,
Dave
right?
Chappelle, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that again. Sticks and Stones, loved it.
Right. Yeah.
It's so offensive, and
It's not.
Hmm?
It's just not.
Are you kidding? It's totally offensive. It's fantastic.
No.
That's the whole point.
Yes, if you understand that it's meant to be offensive, it's not offensive.
You're forgetting
see what
the
I mean?
woke don't understand nuance.
Yes, but
They
that's
don't
my
get
point.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's my
That's
exactly.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the same page,
So
yeah.
the rest of us
The rest
The
of
rest
us,
of
are
us
like,
got
"This is
it."
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how could you not get it? I mean, he's telling you directly that he's coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he spends the whole stand-up routine doing. And oh, wow. I loved it. Humanity, same thing. Ricky Gervais. If you want to
Okay.
watch
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais' Humanity, it's absolutely hilarious. But then there are people like, oh, he's transphobic. You know, he wasn't talking about her being a trans person. He was talking about her driving.
Okay.
Because, she killed somebody, right? while driving, and it was so funny. It was, the Twitter war he had, and it was one. People were saying, well, maybe we should have her instead of Ricky Gervais. And Ricky tweets back, oh, sure, absolutely. Just don't let her drive.
Give me 1 second. I've got a puppy that needs in.
Okay, I'm going to go
puppy.
back to the chats
Okay.
here and take a look, see what's going on.
Okay, cool.
No,
Yep.
Nobody else. Okay. What a way to kill a franchise. Which one? So many franchises are dying. A Terminator. Star Trek. That's the sad one. Star Wars, I'm okay with it dying. I am. See, the one problem I have with Star Wars is something that is totally antithetical to skepticism, and that is trust your feelings. Don't do that. Or if you do that, trust but verify. The old Russian adage. Oh, by the way, I watched Chernobyl finally. Oh, absolutely fabulous. I've also been listening to some YouTube videos from experts that were involved in investigating what happened at Chernobyl. It's very interesting. I actually found someone who isn't an expert, but this person grew up in a hippie family, so I'm thinking, oh, geez, I'm not going to get along with this person, am I? But they became convinced that nuclear power is the way to go. And I'm like, I was gobsmacked. I'm like, somebody gets it. I mean,
I'm sorry I missed part of what you're saying,
I'm
but I appreciate what
ranting about
just said.
some of this. I saw Chernobyl.
Okay. Okay.
And really, really excellent reenactment of the nuclear accident and the aftermath, and this I didn't know this, but this actually is true. The main character in that killed himself. He was one of the investigators
Wow.
at Chernobyl. He killed himself, but before he did, he made sure that his report got disseminated amongst scientists in Russia. And
Okay. Yeah.
that was partly why he killed himself, just to make sure that happened. And yeah, it's really an excellent. Why did they not build a containment building around? Chernobyl could not happen in the West. Never could, even with Gen 1 nuclear reactors. It could not happen.
I went to courses with a woman who had, was born in that Chernobyl era.
Ooh.
And it was like super common for the kids just to have to go to the doctor all the time. They always had issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was a big
it was amazing,
thyroid cancer, in children.
Yeah. That was super interesting to, listen to what she had to say, and yeah.
Yeah, it's what a mess that was. What a huge mess.
Yeah. Well, how old will those kids be now? They'd be in their probably early 30s,
The really
right?
surprising thing is some of the guys that went inside, not into the reactor room proper, because that would be pretty much instant death, but they went in to turn on some pumps to get water out of these holding tanks, because if the meltdown slag hits that, the explosion, they estimated between 2 and 4 megatons. And that's
Holy
not even a
crap.
nuclear explosion. It's just a straight up instant vaporization, decomposition to hydrogen and oxygen, and then that would reignite. And yeah, it would have been like, the whole facility would be gone. And because of that, everywhere would be covered with radioactive material, and it would the water table for Eastern Europe would have been contaminated. Yeah, it's an interesting screw up.
Yeah, and recently I saw some kind of video about there are animals that have obviously survived that and evolved, and as a consequence of
Yeah. Well, you can go there.
radiation, I suppose. And yeah.
There are tours.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do that. No, I think that's a bad
I
idea.
don't want to go either. But you can
Yeah.
take a tour. They do it. And they went in it, and they found this firefighter's gear, and it is still dangerously radioactive.
I bet.
And, why? Oh man, it was just, I do not understand why the Russians used graphite as a modulator. It just makes no sense. Western
Chemist, but
not physicist actually, not chemist, but it's, see, what you need in a nuclear reactor is to slow down neutrons. Neutrons, when they are created, they're traveling pretty close to the speed of light.
okay.
Uranium-238 can't capture them. And so what you need is something to slow them down, bounce off of them, about the same mass. So you get kinetic transfer so that the neutron slows down and can be captured by uranium-238. In Russia, they use graphite, which is why, I have no idea. In the West, we use water. So you're using your coolant as the modulator. And it has the added benefit that if something happens, a pipe breaks, whatever, and you lose your coolant, it's okay. The containment will keep the water from leaking out, and the reaction will simply stop because the neutrons are no longer being modulated. Their speed isn't there. So.
Okay, so stupid question. Like, I'm a graphic designer, and I know what graphite is in terms of like leads of pens and shit like that, but like, what precisely in that context does it mean?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so graphite.
Right.
What does it mean in that context, as opposed to me thinking about, pens, pencils, and stuff like that, right? Do you know what I mean?
Pencil lead is partly graphite. It's only partly graphite. It's mixed with clay.
That's what I mean. What does it mean in its like pure form, and how is that a consequence to you?
Graphite is basically sheets of the carbon is in a hexagonal. Okay, you got 6 carbons at the vertices.
I can envision it.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's basically a repeating pattern in a sheet. So it's a single sheet. And so you get layer, and layer. And that is graphite. That's how it naturally occurs. Graphene is a single layer. Graphene is really interesting properties. I'm not going to get into it now, but it's funny how people couldn't figure out how to make graphene. How do you get one little layer off there? You know how you do it? You take a piece of graphite, piece of scotch tape. You've got graphene. Like, people spent millions trying to figure it out, and it was literally scotch tape that was the answer. Literally. Like, scotch tape, that's it. You can make graphene at home and play with it. It has interesting electrical properties. It's just like people couldn't figure out how to do it. They wanted to do it, and it's like, scotch tape.
Well, it reminds me of, like, obviously the Post-it note was a fuck up, right?
Yeah, well, 3M. They've made some, over the years, they made some very innovative products.
Yeah.
Silly Pipe, that was another one. It was a waste product.
Oh, okay.
And like, hey, this stuff. Hey, let's get my kid playing with this. Okay.
Yeah, I remember being able to pick up cartoons from the ink on.
Yeah, we're back in the days.
Yeah.
Before the dark times of ink that would not, come off in our hands. Bastards. Took out all our fun. Yeah, they're getting rid of bubble wrap. Are you kidding me?
No!
Yeah. I don't know why.
I love bubble wrap. I know I'm an adult and blah, blah, blah. Stuff. But it totally is.
So satisfying.
Way better than a stress ball. Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on to the other stories, the ones that matter, or do we want to save this for another time?
I think we should save it for another time.
Yeah, let's save for another time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, there's
30.
some stuff coming up. I do want to mention, though, before we go, that the federal government is currently taking. Oh, I hope it's still. The site is still up on Government of Canada website for medical assistance in dying. They are. There's a questionnaire, and I urge people to go and make your voice heard, because you better believe the Catholic Church is pushing Catholics to do it. Like, I know this. I know they're doing it because I've actually seen stuff in Catholic newspapers and stuff, so on news sites, and they're going to be ridiculous, of course. That we must not allow. No, that ship has sailed. That the Supreme Court is not going to entertain any ridiculous restriction on medical assistance in dying, and
Good. Yeah.
not going to happen. It's going to. I'm hoping for advance directives that will make it in. Essentially, I want the full set of recommendations that Jody Wilson-Raybould totally ignored, that were made by the House committee that was set up by the Liberal government to make. Like, what was the point? What was the point of having this committee make recommendation if you're going to ignore every single one? I mean,
Exactly.
what?
Well,
the
again,
hell?
we know what the answer is to that. Catholic Church.
Well, it wasn't just the Catholic Church. There were.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I
Sure.
mean,
Yeah.
Imam Sawardi was another one.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Of
I'm
course,
like-
you'd expect that.
Yeah, well, I don't live by your religious rules, and why are you forcing me to? So, get lost. And there's a.
I am a bit surprised by that because I don't know the Islamic stance on abortion. It's not clear. I've tried to have a good answer to that, and it's not clear to me.
Really,
Well, there's sex, I suppose, right?
I'm just thinking the Bible and the Quran. I mean, it's kind of, isn't that kind of par for the course about?
Well, the Bible basically condones it, really.
I don't know.
So
It
what the
doesn't
hell?
really talk about it. So, but
Well, throw the children against a stone,
dash
blah blah
the
blah.
little ones'
and-
heads against the the psalm.
Yeah. Kind of not exactly pro-life, shall we
It's not
say?
something you hear in on Sunday morning sound bites, Bible sound bites.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I think we'll save that for but there is a hospice in Vancouver that is squaring off against the British Columbia government because they won't allow assisted dying there, and they're threatening to defund them, that's a first step. I don't care if they're even if they're private. You
Sounds
don't
fair
get
to me.
violate
Yeah.
somebody's rights, and
Yeah.
this has been declared to be by the Supreme Court a right. It's the hospice is not the victim.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
all, woe is us because they're gonna force it on us. Actually,
No.
no, you're forcing.
I'm
people
sure
to not access it.
Yeah, like that poor woman who had to enact her. Well, that one too, but the woman who had to enact her right to die with dignity back in October, November, even though she wanted to, spend Christmas with her family, but she knew that the dementia might have.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so sad.
It is sad.
That's awful. My goodness.
Yep.
That's cruel. That's cruel to her and her family.
Well, yeah, and the Supreme Court has said as such that this is a cruelty. There's, it's unnecessary. If you don't want it for yourself, that's fine. No one's forcing it on you. There's no slippery slope. People keep bringing it up as a slippery slope. There's no jurisdiction in the world that has it where this has been the case. Yeah, it's just
clearly, I'm sure there's been, I'm sure there's been the odd case here and there, but
Yeah.
we do everything to prevent that kind of, pressure,
I mean,
right?
People die under anesthesia.
Yeah.
Are we going to stop surgery? Are you kidding me? That's silly.
Exactly.
It's throwing the.
That'd be a hell of a way to go, though. That would be great. It's like the ideal. If you have to go and you don't know. Yep.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm gonna die in my sleep. Unlike the all the passengers screaming when I was driving.
That's
There's a better
awesome.
way of putting that joke, but yeah, I like that joke.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So David Lametti is gonna. They're redrafting it, try and meet the Supreme Court criteria, which they should have met the first time around. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't understand. People are Jodie Wilson-Raybould is so fantastic. No, she's not. She was horrible. She's
There. Yeah.
But David Lametti, it sounds like he wants to act on this file and quickly, which is good. And he actually voted against the law that was just struck down, medical assistance in dying. He voted against it because he said it was too restrictive.
Wow.
So he voted against it for the right reasons.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's correct. And the Supreme Court was never going to allow this.
Yeah.
They were never going to allow this law to stand. I mean, the whole meaningless term of foreseeable death. Jesus. What does that
Yeah. No
mean?
kidding. Yeah.
You don't know. No doctor. Doctors can give you odds are you got 6 months. That doesn't mean you're gonna 6 months comes around and you just gone. No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've heard of people being diagnosed with like 2 years and they're gone in 3 months, and I've heard people that were supposed to be gone in 2 months that lived 6 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just never know. It's
Elliot.
It's an art, not a science. I think
Jay Gould, when he was diagnosed, he wasn't terribly worried because for the time that he was given, that's kind of like a 50%. So, 50%
okay.
And so he wasn't terribly worried about it. So. And he did live fair ways longer than he was told. So.
Yeah. And then Hitch,
Hitch, esophageal cancer.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah,
that was an aggressive one and happened very pretty quickly.
Generally bad.
Yeah.
Like pancreatic is another one that's really bad. If it's malignant, benign, that's okay. But
I
think that's treatable. But if it's malignant, you're toast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't imagine it. I've never understood how cancer just ravages people. It's just weird.
Yeah. I'm so lucky. Everything's been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very lucky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but if we do it, if we save that for next time, I do want to play that clip that I made because it's pretty funny.
All right.
Damn. It's just to get the audio working.
It's not like my technology was working for me too.
Yeah.
And so it took so long to join. It's ridiculous.
Man, we tried to get you, but yeah.
I'm guessing that we've all had Windows updates in the past, however long it's been.
Those off.
Right. Okay.
I don't update very often. Once in 6 months, I update.
All right. Okay.
Or if I hear about a major update. And then as soon as I update, I debloat the whole operating system.
All right. Okay.
I get rid of that Cortana crap. The
okay.
The OneDrive. Oh God, I hate that thing. You can debloat it. If you want, anybody out there who wants to debloat their system, it's really easy. There's instructions that come with it. It's called Windows 10 debloater, and it's beautiful. Turns off you can turn off Windows updates with it, and what I do, because it's really annoying when you're trying to get something done, and it says you have 15 minutes to save all your work because we're going to not give you any choice about restarting your system. It's like, ah! And if you happen to be up and getting a coffee, and then then you're screwed. You miss it, and it's like, oh, reboot. What do you mean it rebooted? Lose all my work. Yeah, great. I've had that happen, so don't say it.
Oh, really, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to hit that save button every, few minutes for sure. Yeah. Anyway, I have to sign off.
Yeah, okay. That's great. Yeah, we'll come back maybe later this week.
Well, in a few days, maybe. Yeah. We've been deprived, and we need to chat more and all that kind of stuff. So
I've got a new green screen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, big one.
Let's talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have to sign off. Randy, I have to pee. Good night.
Oh, okay, TMI. Okay. All right,
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Legion of Reason diversion coming to you from Alberta, Canada. If you enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing to our bi-weekly podcast on iTunes and other podcatchers. Even better, subscribe to our YouTube live sessions where you can join in on the discussion. Thanks for giving us a listen. Music and other sound effects under license from audioblocks.com.